What is going on, guys? Poketism here, back with another Pokemon Market Update video. If you like the content, consider dropping a like, maybe even a comment saying SpaghettiOs, and a subscribe if you want to see more content like this. And for our based and beta comment of the day, our base comment of the day is from Dogs Can Wear Hats, who commented, "Dogs can wear hats." Couldn't agree more, very based. And then we have a beta comment of the day from Levi that says "Soidy gaps." That's not SpaghettiOs, no. So you get the beta comment of the day. All right, guys. Happy Monday. There's a lot of exciting stuff going on into the market, or current market going on right now. And the first thing that we want to talk about here is a massive reprint coming this summer, the SPC of the Prismatic Evolutions box. So this is coming this summer. So chances are that we're going to get another reprint of this product, being more than halfway through this product's print cycle, or almost about halfway through this product's print cycle. By the time that these drop, these are probably going to be the last SPCs that we see hit the market. Now, this is really exciting because they are going to be available at Sam's Club and Costco for about $70, which is insane. Now, with that in mind, let's take a look here at the market price of this item here. So we are at all-time highs, other than the few that sold, pre-release before they first initially dropped. Once they actually hit the market, they got to about 200 bones, then lows of about 170, and then had a little run up here back in the September hype, almost $300 a box, cooled back off, and now we are creeping up to that $400 mark. I was at a card show this past weekend, and vendors were selling these at $400 a pop. Now, if we take a look at the selling here, most recent sale was yesterday at $389.99. So even with this big announcement, people are still picking them up at these prices. I'm not seeing too insane volume spikes here, but I do believe that this product is going to continue to do well over time. And I have a feeling, depending on how much product that Costco and Sam's Club gets, that it's hardly going to affect the actual overall price of this product. We might get a small little drop as they enter the market, and scalpers will try to undercut each other. So it might be a good time, if you can't actually get the drop, to grab some product. I currently have 4 of these. I'm going to continue to hold them for a long time. I'm sure they're going to do well. Prismatic Evolutions is, if I had to put my money on any sets that are out right now in the Scarlet and Violet era, it would definitely be Prismatic. Now, taking a look at the Elite Trainer boxes here, just absolutely crazy. Prismatic has just been on an absolute tear the past 3 months. 3 months ago, we were at almost $100 in ETB. Now we have them selling with a decent volume over $200. Oh my goodness, this is what a time to be alive. So even one with a small dent in the side sold for $195. Then we have $225, $225, $209, $209. Wow. Lowest listed is $214.99 with shipping. Jeez. Prismatic is on a tear. If we hop over here to the Pokemon Center Elite Trainer box, let's do a 1-year zoom out here. So back in August, $200 a PC ETB, shot up in September to about 400. Then we cooled off to about 300, where I picked up a couple. And then, wow, we're just on a tear here. We do not know if we're going to get a massive reprint of these or a massive drop of these on the Pokemon Center website. The odds are probably pretty low. Let's take a look here at the selling. So 4 sold for about $600 each. 3 sold for $575, then $584, $565 with a slight tear, $560 with a acrylic case, but that was a few days ago. So this product just continues to climb. Let's look at the short-term volume here. It looks like these the charts are a little bit funky here, but I guess we have to get a better idea with the 6 month. Yeah, so the volume is decreasing, which makes sense as things appreciate in value. Then they're going to lower in price as well, or not lower in price, but lower in volume, just because the price tag is higher, meaning that it's not going to be as accessible or as wanted as other undervalued items in the market currently. So another prismatic item that I want to look at that has just had insane growth is the the Prismatic Evolutions sealed booster bundle display. So back in, I want to say like August of last year, these were going for about like $900 a booster bundle display. So we've nearly 2x'd for these boxes, which is just crazy. So we had one sell at March 19th for $15.25. So this March 22nd one, just being yesterday, is probably our most realistic comp since it was a auction. So these are roughly going for $1,700. It looks like a sealed case sold for $3,000. Wow. What a time to be alive in the Pokemon market, am I right? Okay. So the next thing I wanted to look at here is perfect order booster box pre-orders. So we did get down to around $200 for the pre-orders. Then there was a run up about $250, and now we're sitting at around $230, and the volume is pretty consistent on these pre-orders. I still don't believe that this is going to be a great investable set, because that's what this channel focuses on, right? We're all about the investing portion, not necessarily the collecting. However, if you're able to get a booster box for $200 and a Pokemon Center Elite Trainer box under $200, it doesn't hurt to have some exposure to the set, but this isn't something that I would be heavily allocating towards like I would be for Ascended Heroes, Prismatic, or Destined Rivals. And then speaking of Elite Trainer boxes, just the standard Elite Trainer box here is pre-ordering for under 100. There's a huge volume spike here for pre-orders at about, it looks like $79 to $100. So I imagine that maybe if this was down around $80 for pre-orders, that people picked up a lot. Because if you think about it, the downside risk in today's market for $80 in ETB is not bad. And if these were to eventually cost $100 at market and you got in at 80, that's a quick $20 flip. So there's probably some people out there just trying to hoping that the hype for this set will be enough to bring the price of these ETBs up. They're probably going to want to flip them, but yeah, 664 sold around that $80 to $100 mark. So, same sort of deal. I would rather be picking up things like Black Bolt ETBs for the same price. I think Black Bolt is still undervalued as far as product price goes, with overall set value being almost $3,000. But I digress. If you are a perfect order believer, then have at it, load up, and we'll see how it does in the future. Now, Destined Rivals Pokemon Center Elite Trainer boxes here, passing $500. Just crazy. This was a $300 Pokemon Center box 3 months ago. The market is it's an exciting time for the market, isn't it, guys? So 501, $499.99, $499.99, $459.99. So this is now a $500 box, lowest listed verified seller, $500 plus $749 shipping. It just keeps going and going and going. What an exciting Market Monday to check out here. And then the regular ETBs here, kind of following a similar trend as Prismatic Evolutions. We're looking at $220 for a listed price here. Let's take a look at the sold data. $210, $210, $215, $200, $210. So these are still going up. And as we can see here, the volume is kind of trending downwards overall. So we'll have to see how sustainable this is. We'll have to see if we're going to get more of these ETBs entering the market. But it seems that the market shift is more so going towards ETBs rather than booster boxes. So for the longest time, booster boxes were like the best play for long-term gains. But Destin Rivals, Prismatic, other ETBs out there are proving that they are turning out to be the higher ROI items, especially Pokemon Center Elite Trainer boxes. I think enough people have been opening up their eyes to the exclusivity of the Pokemon Center items. And so we have just been seeing all the exclusive items, all the ETBs, just on quite a tear. Now, Ascended Heroes, we always got to do our check-in here. Still creeping up, which is a shame. I was like, I'm hoping that people aren't willing to buy this over $120 so I can pick some more up. But here we are. It just keeps going up. We have sales at 121, 121, 129, 50 sold at 121.98, and then 121.95. So these are just being eaten up with no slowing in sight. It's quite amazing, to be honest with you. I've never seen this crazy amount of buying volume for this product. And if there are a lot of people out here that have the same mindset as us and they're just going to be storing these, then that's just going to continue to raise the price of the single cards because nobody's opening the product. And that might be why the price is holding up well for the overall set value, which we'll take a look at here in a few moments. And then Ascended Heroes Pokemon Center Elite Trainer box, just past $400. Man, for all of us who missed out on the opportunity back here between $200 and $250 to pick one up, I know you're kicking yourself like I'm kicking myself, but for those of you who did manage to get in from that $200 to $250 range, congratulations to you. You're up massive. And, I hope we do see more of these enter the market. But with how reprints of exclusive items have been going, who knows if we are going to see any more of these hit the market. And then lastly here, we just want to take a brief look at the overall set value of Ascended Heroes. And I think it was 6,100 was the last time that we checked the overall set value. So we dropped about $200, but everything is holding up its prices quite well. Mega Gengar still above $1,000. Mega Dragonite still over 600. Pikachu in the Forest over 500. Mega Charizard Y at 457. Pikachu at 337. And Mega Dragonite EX at 312, and Team Rocket's Mewtwo almost at $300, and Lily's Clefairy almost at $200. And there are a lot of high value cards in this set, and a lot of beautiful arts to look at, which is why this set just continues to tear and tear and tear. So we can only hope that Pokemon is going to pump this product into the market so we can get in at a better entry point. We at least have a small position with our elite trainer boxes that we have. But I can't pay these high of a prices to get a position. I just can't justify it, especially when there's better plays out there. For example, like Black Bolts. Let's see. Black Bolts Elite Trainer box. So where are we? So this is another great product out there that's cheaper than Ascended Heroes right now. Or maybe I'm wrong. Maybe this has been cranking up. Somebody bought two of them for $123. But for example, there are sales here at $105, $105, opened. So no packs, just the box for $29. Who would have bought that? That's kind of crazy. Let's skip some of these just the box listings here. So 103 plus $12 shipping, 105. So a lot of these aren't offering free shipping. So We're pretty much looking similar to Ascended Heroes box now. I think there's a lot of people in the market who are trying to find undervalued items rather than buying the hyped items like Ascended Heroes, and now we're starting to see movement across other elite trainer boxes, which just makes sense. Crazy time to be alive in the Pokemon space right now. How sustainable will it be? And are we slowing down anytime soon? I don't think we're slowing down anytime soon. I think we're just getting started, ramping up into the 30th anniversary. Only time will tell, though, and we'll have to see as time goes on. Thanks for watching today's video. Make sure you leave your based and beta comments in the comment section, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.